Hello and welcome to That's a Wrap. My name is Anthony Gentry, and joining me as always is
Austin Jameson. Hello.
Hello.
We have a very, very packed news week.
Yes,
Lots of stuff
lots
going
of
on.
news.
We're gonna drive right into it. Sony Electronic Instagram page posted a picture of Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yes, this is probably the news of the century.
Yeah, this is honestly probably the best we got before we talk about our main feature for today.
Yes.
Is where we will be talking about Uncharted.
We are going to talk about the Uncharted movie.
Yes.
With Tom Holland.
And Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
What a duo. But that will be later. For now, we actually do have a few things to talk about.
Yes.
Are we starting with? You wanted to talk about.
Let's talk about Space Force.
Yes.
So this is a show from Greg Daniels and Steve Carell. Famously, they have done The Office together. Yes.
No way.
Listeners, Austin made a shocked face. Yeah. Greg Daniels has also done Parks and Recreation.
Is he Brooklyn Nine-Nine guy? Is he like Michael Schur?
I think that's Mike Schur.
Okay.
He's only done Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He also did Upload on Amazon, which I think is a really good show.
Is that the one where you die and you like end up in an Alexa or something?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
electronic heaven kind of thing.
Weird.
I thought it was a good show.
Fair enough.
This show, however,
Mm-hmm.
it got off to a rocky start. Season 1 was not good. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
I did not like season 1. However, I did not like season 1 of The Office or Parks and Rec.
Fair enough.
And then
Okay.
immediately afterwards, it got so much better.
Mhm.
So I thought, this is just what Greg Daniels does. So let's see. And I am maybe halfway through Space Force.
How many seasons are there?
Like halfway through season 2. So this is the
Okay.
second season.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Like right now? Okay.
It just came out, I think, last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And it did start out a lot better.
Okay.
And it has slowly been getting worse the more I watch it. And I don't know if it's the show or if it's me just not liking it that
Mhm.
much. But there's just something about it. Like, they are trying to be more like The Office,
Yeah.
which I think is good in some respects, but also not.
Does it feel more like a parody than like an original like material?
Yeah, I would say so.
Gotcha.
Something they do different from The Office that I like is like a continuing storyline.
Yeah.
Whereas in The Office, you had little things like Jim and Pam's relationship, like will they, won't they,
Yeah.
and little things like that. But mainly the episodes are like independent of each other.
Okay.
Whereas this one, they have like full branching storylines. Which I like. But
Mhm.
then it just gets to a point where like the last episode I watched, they had this like robot fighting competition.
Okay.
And it just felt like forced out of nowhere.
Interesting.
And also, the thing about like The Office,
Yeah.
was they had this big ensemble group of people,
Mhm.
and they all fit, they all worked well together. And when they say like called on each other, like if Dwight went to Oscar, it makes sense because like who else is he going to go to for say like accounting advice?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
In this show though, they have that same thing, but Space Force is a whole government branch with a lot of employees in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels weird that it's like just a few characters
Yeah.
together because they all work in completely separate departments.
Right.
Why when like someone got stuck between two elevators? Yeah.
Okay.
And he called this other person who is in like the science department. And I'm just thinking, why would you call him? Like, you don't have many scenes together. You're not very good
Right.
friends. It seems like.
That's
So
just
it
what the script called
yeah,
for.
it doesn't feel like. It doesn't feel real, I guess.
Okay.
And that's what
It seems like they're
hoping
going for like that, or with the structure of it at least, where you
Mhm.
have that Parks and Rec, where it's like the government building, but you have like it's the Parks and Recreation
Yeah.
department.
But in this one, it's so many departments inside of this one big branch, like government
Mhm.
branch.
Weird.
And yeah, so it doesn't click that well together a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I am, I guess, enjoying it for the most part. I give it maybe a 6 out of 10.
Fair enough.
But
Have you gotten any like deep chuckles?
mm,
Any exhales?
from season 2, I would say no.
Okay.
I think I got maybe 1 or 2 from season 1.
Okay.
But
It's not bad.
to be fair, I'm only halfway through season 2. So
Fair
there
enough.
could be some really good ones along the way.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's Space Force. It's
Where-
on
where-
Netflix.
took the words right out of my mouth. Okay, never mind.
I would say go watch Upload instead. That's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
They have their season 2 coming out soon.
Have
I
you
think it's much
seen
better.
that, like, I don't know if it's a, what's his name? The guy, Justin Roiland, that Star
Oh,
Trek.
the Rick and Morty guy?
Yeah, but, like, it's like, I don't know. I don't think this is comparable at all, but it just made me think of space, like, recent adult comedies.
Mm-hmm.
I've not seen it, which is why I was going to ask it if you have. So, anyways.
What show was it?
I have no idea. That's the worst part.
In space? I know there's, like, the Orville, but that's Seth MacFarlane.
It's, like, straight up, I thought it was Justin Roiland.
Okay.
I don't have time. I don't really know what it is. I don't
Yeah.
think that's a discussion we need to worry about, quite frankly.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and move on. There is yeah, you just go. There you go.
Okay. You also have a show you would like to talk about.
Yeah.
That's on HBO.
It is. It is. I would say quite renowned. I'd say it's one of the like feature pieces of HBO at this
Yes,
point.
It's been something I have not seen,
Yeah.
but I really do want to.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
Euphoria.
yes. Tell me about that.
The second season is like almost over as of the recording of this. And my girlfriend is in love with this show. She, I don't know. She is just like really likes it. And so probably a couple weeks ago, I watched the first episode and I don't know how to explain this without like watching it live and giving my full like reaction there. But it's so incredibly not enjoyable.
Really?
It's like it's not for me, but I'd argue it's not for a lot of people.
I hear it's very disturbing.
It is extremely disturbing.
Yeah, it deals with, I guess for like people who don't know, deals with a lot of like teenage like sex, drugs.
Yeah, it's
drug
like
addiction.
Take everything that you picture there and then crank it up to 110%. And my biggest problem, I don't even know if this is my biggest problem because I have a lot of problems with it. Well, first of all, for me, like from my perspective, I'm not a huge fan of watching something that's going to make me feel bad.
Yeah.
And not like feel like sad, like I'm like an emotional way, but like I'm just going to feel bad. Like this, I don't get enjoyment out of this. I'm just watching like a lot of very grotesque, like it's all there. One of my biggest complaints,
at least.
Yes.
Okay.
That I'll get to. They do the most inappropriate things and the most shocking things in the most like high budgeted way possible. And it's like, I don't know how much money they spent on this like very inappropriate picture, but you can tell they spent like good money making it and like structuring everything. But at the same time, it feels like so much of that is just unnecessary. Where
okay.
I'm sure this is a very unpopular opinion, or like in that sense.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get a lot of listeners mad with this.
That's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna come on here and lie. It's been rough watching the show. I'm on episode 4 of season 1. I can't put into words. If you ever plan on, I don't know if you like. You said you want to watch it.
I probably will watch it soon. I don't know if I'll watch it now or wait for like maybe the show to be over to just binge it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably will watch it once like season 2 is over.
When you or watched like the beginning of episode 3 of season 1,
okay,
is absolutely mental, and the entire time it's going on, I'm just turning to my girlfriend who I'm watching it with and saying like, "What on earth have you been watching?" This isn't even like okay. It's also season 1. It's a long time ago. It's not spoilers, but I'm just gonna give you a taste.
Okay.
They're going in detail about a character who is a fan
of the One Direction.
Yes.
Yeah. This was a whole controversy when it came out.
Completely animated. So it's I get it. I get it.
It was a One Direction like fan fiction,
Correct.
and then they animated it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
it
remember.
Was mental.
Was it Liam and like Harry? Because I think like Liam Payne went out and like said, "I did not give my consent for this."
That's what I asked my girlfriend. I was like, "Do you think they asked like Harry Styles like if he was okay with this?" And I mean, from the standpoint of what they're trying to do with fan fiction writers, it's not like a fan fiction writer DMs like Harry's agents and they're like, "Hey, can I put you in this like super erotic fan fiction?"
But I think in terms of a TV show,
In terms of HBO, I think there'd be a little more line to cross.
Yeah, I remember like when that happened, and then coming out and saying, "We did not agree to this.
Yeah.
They did not ask us."
If I was in like either of their positions, I would not be very happy. I don't know. It's so much, and so much could be removed. And not be necessary. Like, I don't need to see every body part of every, like... There's a scene in a locker room, like, before or, like, after a football game. So, and they spend so much time emphasizing that everyone's naked. And it's
really?
Once. Like, if you really want to go that far, show, like, one person and get the point across, get to the next scene.
Does it seem like gratuitous?
Yes. Okay. It's like not. Oh my God, I'm remembering so many things. Like, and it's like hour-long episodes, so you're like in it for a long time. There's like there's a Skype call scene, which like is in the sense of an OnlyFans interaction.
Okay.
And it's so bad. It's like.
Oh really?
Actual eye vomit for me, and I imagine for most people.
Like bad as in just like disturbing to watch, or like bad writing?
Very, like, the writing's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say a lot of the performances I don't think are very good, which I know for a fact is an unpopular opinion. However...
Please don't hate us.
Hate me, if anything. Because I know what I'm saying right now, and I know... Like how I've heard what my girlfriend has said to me because I've said these things to her.
We're gonna have an episode, just a random day, and
it's me talking about The Last Jedi and how awful it is.
No.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say I watched all of Euphoria, and you are wrong.
I'm literally not though. That's the thing. I can't be wrong.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Austin is never wrong.
Clearly.
Except when it comes to Clifford.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said. Anyway,
okay,
Euphoria. Any more thoughts?
Yes, I have so many thoughts. The production value of everything.
You were just going in on this show.
Good. This is a good thing about this show that I like.
Okay.
Anytime that the main character is high, they do a very, very, like, just good job of portraying everything.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the music has been like complimented a lot.
Okay.
Not my taste. They had, I believe his name is Labyrinth, is the artist who they have like. He's a music director for everything, and he made like a lot of original pieces, a lot of like music to fit scenes. A lot of people get praise or give it praise. I think it fits. I don't like it. That's just me. That's not like a against Euphoria thing. I think in the context of the piece, he did a really good job, and I think it fits. And that Mount Everest song, for those who have watched it, I don't like, but it's good, I guess. I don't know. I've not really had I don't feel good complaining about this because I want to at least like appreciate it for what it is, so that my girlfriend can talk to me about it, which is why I'm watching this in the first place. But as I watch it, I just complain the entire time, and I feel bad. But the camera work, like, well, I was about to compliment it, and then I remembered, like...
No, give it a compliment.
Okay.
We can't have our entire audience hate us.
Hate me. It's okay.
Yes, Austin's the bad guy.
Yes, clearly. I am never wrong. I am evil. That is our arc. Anyways... there's a scene in the first episode where like the main character Zendaya is at like a party, and she is like hi, and she's walking through this like hallway full of people, and they do, I think it's Interstellar does this effect of, I hope it's practical. I don't know if it is. I haven't looked into it, but they do like the room rotating effect where she walks on the, like she falls, like she's dizzy, falls onto the wall, and then walks around the entire like
that's
hallway.
Inception.
Inception. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I say Interstellar?
Yeah.
I meant Inception. I had it in
Christopher
my head.
Nolan.
Yeah. That was impressive. The lighting and the like shots, and they put the craziest amount of effort into the most menial of things.
Oh yeah.
And it's so well done in a way that I just hate.
We're being really negative on this show.
I know
so far.
It's just not for me.
Yeah.
But
Oh
like,
yeah. I
not for
completely
me
get that.
times 15. I don't have anything against people who watch it and enjoy it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't imagine my list of complaints will end. Gosh, I'm not gonna. I have a few more opinions that I think are better to keep to myself.
Maybe. Yeah. Should we move on then?
You know what? Never mind. Yeah, let's move. Let's
Okay,
move on.
So that was Euphoria. That's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
You know,
If you got
will
time
probably
and-
like it more than Austin.
Yeah, just it's very explicit,
Yeah.
extremely explicit. So just be on the lookout for that. Do not show to kids, please.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
But yeah, that's Euphoria.
Yeah, the last TV show that we are going to talk about
Oh yeah,
is also on HBO Max.
yeah.
And that is Peacemaker.
HBO's
they-
kind of been popping off. Like,
They really have.
aren't they like $10 a month now? Aren't they fighting with Netflix over
yeah,
that?
but that's like ads.
Okay.
But Peacemaker, they just had their season finale, and
Oh yeah.
we talked. You have not watched any more episodes.
No.
Okay, so I won't spoil anything, but this finale just cemented it as an amazing show.
Mm-hmm.
Like every single aspect of it is so like well written. It has some good acting, like good laughs, really good action, especially in that last episode. They bring it all out.
Cool.
And they do something in the last episode that I thought would not happen again. And
Interesting.
I'm not gonna say what it is. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But I thought DC would not do this again, and they did it. And
I wonder
it was
what they'd
really
do again. I'm not as entwined with DC
good.
as Marvel. As some of you might know, we kind of like Marvel movies too.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
If you check out any of our 2021 episodes,
we're
just talked
kind of
about
down bad for
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, but you know that was past
Yeah.
us. Now
But,
we are future us or present us.
James Gunn, he's
Built different.
He is, but like he is like bound just for DC. He's way better in DC than in Marvel. And I love Guardians of the Galaxy, but he is so much better in like the DC landscape because he has he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And he does whatever
Fair
he wants
enough.
in this show.
DC is not held responsible by Disney, so
Yeah, and so he can go all out with the R ratings and stuff. Whereas with Marvel, he does have to be contained to that universe.
Yeah.
But in Peacemaker, you can say something like Aquaman.
what can you say? Oh, okay, never mind.
Aquaman screws fish,
Okay.
and it's just funny. It's just meant to be a quick laugh, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And he can say whatever he wants because it's
Yeah.
And
It is HBO, so if
It is,
Euphoria has anything to say about that, God knows.
yeah. Also,
God is my witness. You can show anything on that streaming
Eagly
service.
is such a good character.
Eagly's pretty cool.
I love Eagly so much, but and they all the characters have their own arcs, and it comes together at the end to where they are just this band of misfits, in Suicide Squad, but then at the end they become so much closer to each other.
Cool.
And it makes sense. How we talked about in Space Force, it does not make sense for them to be
Right.
these close friends. In this, you see what they've been through. You see them fight and then come back together. And it's all so well written. It's so well crafted. It's such a good show.
How many episodes is it total?
8. It just got renewed for season 2 also.
Ooh. I don't how long how much can they do that, you know? I wonder how far this is going to take
What?
DC. Cuz until the Suicide Squad, I'd say DC really hasn't had any dubs. And even with the Suicide Squad, I guess Suicide Squad 2021 would be the best way to say it.
Yeah. Well, I'd say stuff like Wonder Woman, Shazam, Birds of Prey.
I did like Shazam. Shazam was acceptable. Wonder Woman Oh,
We're not going to talk about Wonder Woman 84 though.
Oh.
That was no.
I forgot that movie existed. I didn't
watched
watch
that
it.
the day it came out, and when I finished it, I was like, "What did I watch?"
I didn't watch the movie, but I watched like a 45-minute like video essay on like how awful it was. So
It was pretty bad.
yeah,
But
that's the
anyway,
extent I'll go to not watch
yeah.
a movie.
Did you like Birds of Prey? I thought you did.
Yes.
Like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we watched it.
You and McGregor in it, bro.
Well, we watched it once,
Yeah.
but then we kept watching the ending.
Yeah. I have so many videos of a certain like this like explosion of a
Yes.
moment at the very end. Because I like whenever I worked at the theater, I just run in before it ended and
yeah.
I'd record it and send it to you and another unnamed person.
Ooh.
Who's my girlfriend? Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Whoa.
uh.
Yeah, I really do like how DC is now going into like more of a non-universe where they can just do like these like independent things. Like with the Batman coming up, it looks like it's its own universe.
But you know they're gonna be like, well, Batman did good, Joker did good. What if we like combined them and then gave it to some director who isn't good?
Well, Joker 2 is in development.
Sure. Did you see the thing about like Willem Dafoe saying he wanted to be like an imposter Joker?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, I don't.
I would love that.
I would love it, but it's like, I feel like he's saying that right at the arc of Spider-Man, so everybody's like, look how good he was as Green Goblin, and then he's like, you know, I would love to play Joker, and then everybody's like, let him play Joker, and then he gets the role that way. I think that would be quite entertaining. Let me fix the. I think I'm a little loud. Test. Yeah, that looks
fine.
Okay.
So yeah, that was Peacemaker.
Yes.
It is such a good show, honestly.
It's pretty good from what I've seen.
Yeah, it just gets better.
Yeah. It's that I think that show it has some moments that are like explicit. Well, it does, but like not in the sense that Euphoria. I'm sorry, I can't get my mind off Euphoria. But they do it.
The first few episodes, they do have some like very like explicit stuff where like you don't really need it.
Yeah.
But then it is kind of helpful for like Peacemaker's character because he starts out as this bad dude, but then you get to know him, and it's like he's a product of his environment. With
the scene that I think that I'm gonna say one word, so for those who have watched, you'll know what I'm talking about. Freedom.
Yeah.
Unlike Euphoria, if this was made by somebody, I don't know if like it's a different director by episode for Euphoria. I don't know. But whoever works on that, if they made this, he would have been like that the entire scene after that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm talking in code because I don't want to spoil stuff and I don't want to, I don't know, encourage it. But they would have like, it would have been awful.
Like, in that episode, it was just like played for laughs, which like, I didn't feel like you really needed that.
Mm-hmm.
But it like I said, it does come back to his character.
Yeah.
And I guess like it is kind of like a character moment once you look back on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you still don't really need it.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of some of the downfalls for it. For me, like maybe I guess it does get a little too much at times.
Mm-hmm.
But they really back off of it later on in the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Peacemaker. Go check it out. Do you want to talk about the Oscars, or do you want to just jump right in?
You can if you want to say the news you were.
Yeah, so the Oscars.
3 Spider-Men were pointing at each other, found on Instagram.
Big news. So the Oscars have announced that they are cutting 8 awards from their broadcast.
It's crazy.
And, I mean, it kind of is, because it's taking away... So the awards they're taking away is film editing, production design, sound, makeup and hairstyling, music like original score, documentary short film, live action short film, and animated short film.
What the heck?
These are some really important categories when it comes to making
sound,
film.
Music, and editing are pretty important.
Production design, makeup, and hairstyling, like these are all super important to making films.
Post-production is in shambles right now.
Yeah, and it's just telling these people you don't like matter enough to be on that stage when they do.
Well, let me put on my conspiracy hat. They got rid of all the post-production awards because they're not going to big names. They're going to the artist behind it. And Oscars is actually just like a money front. It's like you pay to get, like you pay to get the award. Like, it's all about behind the scenes, bro. You know what happens. Like the directors and the producers behind the movies already know what awards are going to be handed out because they pay for
Did you see
those.
that La La Land?
They
Best Picture.
No. They pay for the slots, and so these guys. They're not like. If you're giving out an Oscar for like best. I don't know.
Let me counter that.
Let me take off my conspiracy
Last year.
hat. Conspiracy hat's off.
Chadwick Boseman sadly passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and he was nominated for Best Actor. And usually that is, I think, the second to last, maybe third to last award they give out.
Mm-hmm.
But the Oscars put that at the very last award to give out, and they made this big thing of Chadwick Boseman is gonna get his posthumous Oscar because he sadly passed away, and he's finally gonna get the Oscar he deserves because he's such a great actor. Oh, we're gonna make it last and make it this big moment, and he did not get it. Anthony Hopkins got it for The Father.
Imagine going up there
So
as Anthony Hopkins.
he wasn't even there.
Oh my god.
He had he was telecast. He was in like Scotland or something. He was like,
Dang.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So I don't think it's all
Well,
rigged.
I don't know. I think Anthony
But-
Hopkins. 1 second, conspiracy hat back on.
No, we're not
Okay,
gonna do that.
okay. I guess hat off.
I think it's just a shame that they're cutting these very important categories.
I do think they should like still be there, assuming they're
Because it's
genuine.
it's honoring these people who put in some very hard
Yeah.
work into films,
Definitely.
and now they're saying no, you're not going to get your like moment
Mm-hmm.
to like shine. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I really don't like that. And they're not even cutting down the time or anything. They're still keeping it the same length as
I'm
the other
surprised they got rid of
Oscars.
like 8 in total. Even the short
Yeah.
films ones at the one like end just seem like
But they're
unnecessary
gonna
blows.
keep that fan favorite Oscar, which apparently Cinderella is winning,
Oh,
which I have not seen. But
James
I've heard
Corden is the
horrible
rat
things
in
about.
that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Or mouse, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, that was just a little quick Oscars thing.
Do you think he's gonna? Do you remember when you sent me the video of Rebel Wilson and James Corden in their
Dressed up
cats
as cats?
costumes? Was that the Oscars?
It was the Oscars.
Oh
and
my
they were
god.
pawing at the microphones.
He better be back in his like mouse costume, but he's thrusting at the microphone.
For those who don't know,
Yeah.
he did like a car side, like
Uh,
no, it was sidewalk or
crosswalk
musical.
theater, crosswalk musical.
for Cinderella. And then he went up to this one car window and he started thrusting towards
Yeah.
the people in the car, and they just recorded it.
Yeah, like honestly, that was shocking to me that the
Yeah.
cars who pull up there are actual people.
Oh yeah.
Assuming like from the video, it seemed like it was a genuine reaction of James Corden thrusting at you in a mouse
It was.
costume.
So yeah, it's actual people, which just makes me more mad because those are people just trying to get on with their day.
Yeah.
And James Corden is
Just
like,
thrusting at them in
no.
a mouse costume.
yes. But anyway,
That's
we should probably move on to our main
yes.
topic.
Yes.
So we're now going to review Uncharted.
Yeah.
This is the new movie starring Tom Holland,
Yes.
directed by Ruben Fleischer,
Okay.
I believe. Also starring Mark Wahlberg,
Yes.
Antonio Banderas,
Mm-hmm.
among others. I don't know the other
Fair
people
enough.
names. What do you want to start off by talking about?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Okay.
I have very mixed, complicated, deep feelings about this film. Not
Okay.
deep, just mixed and complicated.
This movie is based on a series of video games
Yes.
developed by Naughty Dog. Have
I-
you played any of the games?
I'm so upset that I didn't.
Okay.
I want to complain about this movie so badly. I am biased and I can't explain why.
Yeah.
I was an Xbox kid. I never play. I played the Tomb Raider games. I was not Uncharted. I wanted to be, but I never had a PlayStation. However, I have like a decent understanding of what the characters look like, and then Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I also have an understanding of what he looks like.
We
And
should
also Mark
say,
Wahlberg.
what this movie's about.
Okay.
So this centers around Nathan Drake, played by Tom Holland, who is, I guess when it starts, he's this bartender and
Oh my god.
he is like
I have notes of my own,
he
bro.
loves like history and like adventure.
Yeah, but he's a
kinda.
little hooligan.
He is, and then he gets kind of recruited to go on this like adventure to find this lost gold.
Yeah. I've
That's
never heard
basically
something like
it.
that before. Is that what the first game is on? Did you play the games?
I played all the games.
Okay.
Yes. The very first game
Is this
is
the plot?
No. Well, they combine a lot of the games.
Okay.
So like, in this movie, it's also like it's a very like big action movie, lots of set pieces. Mainly two big set pieces.
Yeah.
One of them involves a plane and him hanging out of it. That was in Uncharted 3.
Right.
The thing with the pirate ships, it's very different in the games, but
Mhm.
that was in 4.
Okay.
And so they take a lot from all the games. But in the first one, it was they had a whole character who was like Nathan Drake's actual love interest
Mhm.
was not in this movie.
Yeah.
Who they basically are trying to set out to find, I think, El Dorado.
Okay.
It might have
That's
been
just
something else.
It's another Lost City of Gold
Yeah,
plot.
it was a Lost City of Gold.
Yeah.
And what I don't know if you know this, but in the games there are supernatural elements. Like
That I did not know.
yeah, so like in the first one, there's like these like very strong, fast, like zombie like
Okay.
enemies.
Weird.
Yeah, in the second one, there's like a yeti that you have to
Ooh.
fight,
Okay.
and it's really cool. They did not have this in this movie.
I agree.
Which-
Pirate ships flying around with helicopters is like
Yeah, I think it was a good choice.
yeah.
I had a good time with this movie. I gotta say, I kind of turned my brain off, and I just had some
That's
fun.
how you enjoy it.
Yeah,
Um,
they do have some really good callbacks to the game. I would say that
they had I saw Nolan North and I was like,
he was in
the voice actor for
yeah,
Nathan
he
Drake
plays
in the
Nathan
games.
Drake in the games.
And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad he likes it. But I don't know. I have no authority to dislike this movie because
Yeah.
I've not played the games. I just dislike.
You can still dislike the movie.
Okay. I do have complaints that are just genuine with the movie itself.
Yeah,
This movie's formatted as like an adventure kind of escape room kind of deal.
kind of like National Treasure.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Yeah.
Lot less Nick Cage.
Yes.
And it's
Some light puzzle solving.
just emphasis on light. I did not. There were some moments in the like process of discovering secrets and stuff that just felt so stupid.
Mhm.
Like it's supposed to seem like it's this clever moment where our little Spider-Man is like, "Look, I get it," and he like you're gonna know what I'm talking about. He turns the two things and they meet.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? How did he know to do that? And this movie
Well-
suffers from a very bad case of characters like knowing and not knowing what they need to do at any given time.
I think I like it more because I have played the games.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to fill in holes
Mm-hmm.
whereas you couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Because stuff like putting the two things together and figuring out, oh, it's this. Stuff like that happens in the games, but that's because Nathan Drake is this very intelligent person
Yeah.
who like he knows his history.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in this game or in
Yeah,
this
but like,
movie,
how does knowing history help with that specific scenario of like?
well, because he knows like these very like important like historical figures, and he's like, this is how they acted, this is how they like
Yes,
puzzles.
this historical figure would turn this thing 45
not like
degrees, and
that.
this one would turn this. I need that explained to me.
play the games, okay?
I literally want to, like, genuinely.
Honestly, this movie made me want to play the games.
Yeah,
And I did. When I went home, I installed the games and
Yeah.
I played some of them.
Fair enough.
And I think, honestly, that's what the movie should do. It should make you want to go out and like play the games.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what a video game movie is.
Yeah,
I had a good time with this.
one of my biggest complaints
Okay.
with the movie is itself, not connected, just Uncharted alone, not connected to the games, not connected to anything. Because I've not played the games.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like in this. Every single line, specifically those that are pieces of comedy, are all executed like they're being played at the end of a trailer, where they're that like final little bit, and it's like coming to like December 17th, and then it like cuts back to the movie, and they make a quip.
Yeah.
Every single line felt like that. Everybody was so like egotistical in their like in the performance of their characters. You could I don't agree. Well, I don't agree with the casting in the first place. We can talk about that in a second.
We'll talk about that.
But like Mark Wahlberg, halfway through the movie, he said something, and his voice sounded like Ryan Reynolds to me, and suddenly like those characters are interchangeable. Like Ryan Reynolds, I don't know how Sully acts in the game.
Oh, and Mark Wahlberg plays Sully, who is kind of like a mentor figure to Nathan. He's basically his partner.
Yeah.
Who like can't really be trusted, but
I don't know. He's
a mixed bag.
I didn't expect that like dynamic.
Yeah.
Because I thought in the games, my understanding was that they were.
Yeah. Well, this is more like in the games they are more of a full-on partnership, like friends to the end. They would die for each other. In this one, it's more of an origin story, so I understand why it is like that. That is why I'm like a little more forgiving, because I am like, it's an origin story. There's probably going to be sequels to this where they will get into more Uncharted territory. Haha.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I will say the writing is also kind of weak in this, like especially with the puzzles.
That open. Well, you do think.
Okay, so like with the puzzles, I enjoyed it, but it felt like they're still at the beginning of their adventure when they got to the end of it. Because I thought like, oh, you found like some clues here and there, but you still have a long ways to go. And then they're like, oh, we found it.
Yeah, you know what's obnoxious to me before I lose my train of thought?
What?
The like any like pickpocket cliche where it's like bump into each other and then they hold up the little diamond necklace, and that like is repeated at least 10 times in this movie, and it's never shown. Like it's always cut really quick, so you can't actually examine the handiwork of the pickpocket, but it's always just like, I guess he's good at it, and he's just like it's literally like a video game where you bump into somebody and then you just suck up their like item, and it's, I don't know, that's silly. But on the note of what were you saying before, because I had a thought to continue with it. Yeah,
Sully.
Yes, my problem was the opening scene, the dialogue in that, where it's like his bartender introduction.
Yeah, that was weird.
Him like bothering the girl like just throughout the night. Well, at that point we don't know like who he is really. Yeah,
we get a flashback of him and his brother Sam in an orphanage, which was in Uncharted 4. And like basically Nathan learns everything from his older brother Sam. He was basically his mentor as a child, but then Sam leaves the orphanage because he like committed a crime or something. Yeah. And he just leaves Nathan out to dry basically for years. And then we get to see like bartending, right, where we see Sully, him kind of creeping on a girl. Yeah, which was a little weird.
It was weird, and they like explain why, but it's at first like it's not a very good first impression. And then you get like the dynamic that they create in the movie between Sully and Nate is like constantly trying to one up each other kind of deal. Yeah, and it just like
I think like that is a good starting dynamic, but then at the end they do become more like the Nate and Sully.
Spoiler alert! Oh my gosh, they become friends. In my who produced this movie? Is it like what would it be? Sony. Yeah. Oh, duh. I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Thank you. Yeah, but I don't know.
You know, this movie has been in development for 14 years.
I have heard about this.
Yes. So long that Mark Wahlberg, who plays the older mentor, was supposed to play Nathan Drake, and he aged out of the role. Yep. And when he was cast as Nathan Drake, they had a director of David O. Russell, who does these very like small, intimate dramas, and he wanted this to be a mobster movie
What?
with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro.
What?
Yeah, that would have made no sense.
Okay, well, it could have been worse then, yeah.
Sean Levy almost directed this, which I thought would have been a slam dunk.
Mm-hmm. What has he done?
He has done the Night
Oh,
the Museum movies.
Okay.
You didn't really like that much, but Free Guy.
I was about to make a joke when you said night and you like stuttered. I was going to say Night at the Museum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I almost said Nightmare on Elm Street for some reason. But yeah, he did Night at the Museum. Free Guy, which you didn't really like, but I thought was really good.
I had my expectations too high.
He did Real Steel, which I love.
He did Real
that
Steel?
movie. Yeah.
Is that the one with... No, never mind.
Hugh Jackman fighting robots.
Yeah. There's another... This is going to be a... Is it worth a tangent going on?
No.
I guess so. I'm just... Okay. I shouldn't.
This is the first production for PlayStation Studios.
Yeah, I like that little intro they play at the beginning. That was cool.
The only next one I know of is a Last of Us show for HBO.
Right. Okay.
Tom Holland pitched this movie as a young James Bond movie, like an origin kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Sony said, no. But that's a good idea for Uncharted. So you're going to be Nathan Drake.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Seth Rogen and his writing partner Evan Goldberg almost wrote the script, but they said no because it'd be too much like Indiana Jones. Which Uncharted is based on Indiana Jones, so I see where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm. That is kind of like the point.
Yeah. When I said, so this movie has been in development for 14 years, when they finally got their cast, script, director, they began production, and they immediately had to stop. And do you know why?
No, I don't. Why?
The COVID-19 pandemic. They started the day of, and they had to stop immediately. So people thought this movie would never be made. Here we are, though, reviewing it.
Yeah, true.
Do you want to talk about the short film?
A short film? Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, Nathan Fillion is a very famous actor.
Yes, he is.
He has been campaigning to play Nathan Drake for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because, for one, he looks exactly like Nathan Drake. He has the physicality for it. He has the charisma for it.
Yeah.
Which Tom Holland didn't really have a lot of it.
You can, tell that once Mark Wahlberg was gone, they were waiting until production, and they were going to pick the, youngest, most, popular at the time. Because they're going to, this
is going to be a franchise.
I don't know how box office is doing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But, they're going to expand this. There's no way we end with one movie. And Tom Holland being, it's literally, Spider-Man, Mark Wahlberg, and then, I don't have an analogy for the third person of the triangle.
Antonio Banderas?
And Chloe.
Chloe.
Anyways, them, and it's
everyone aside from Nathan and Sully were very wasted in this movie.
I agree.
Chloe did have some good things to do, I guess. But especially the villains were such a waste.
I absolutely agree.
When I saw the trailer, I was so excited to see Antonio Banderas as a villain in this. And then he does nothing.
Yeah.
All he does is, he's a crybaby for his dad because he wants the fortune. And he's after this treasure because it's, his family fortune or something.
Blah, 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 bro.
And then there's this, other villain who is kind of, this mercenary for hire, I guess, that he employs. And she, all she does is, I'm bad because I'm bad.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it.
She doesn't have any
no
dialogue
personality
until
whatsoever.
3/4 through the movie, and then even then after that, you never hear any personality from her again.
Yeah.
She's just
she is a very bad character.
Yeah.
Not anything on the actor.
Yeah,
because she just had a very poorly written script.
I agree.
But anyway, going back to Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
And he had been campaigning for so long. In 2018, he teamed up with director.
2018, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Feels like it would have been 2013 when I watched that. Holy crap.
Yeah. He teamed up with director Alan Unger to create this Uncharted short film.
Yeah.
That's kind of maybe a proof of concept.
Yeah.
I heard someone related on Twitter or something to when Ryan Reynolds supposedly leaked the Deadpool kind of screen test to say, fine, I'll just do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
and that did feel more Uncharted
I
than
agree.
this film. I don't know. It wasn't that well made,
I think
but
one of the biggest parts in like nailing that was the actors, or
Yeah.
like then the performance, and I think Nathan Fillion did do
Nathan
an
Fillion is
amazing
Nathan
job.
Drake.
I agree.
He
Um,
does a great job in that.
And while like Tom Holland is like a decent, he's like a pretty good actor, and he's young, so he can fit the role or like fill the role, not fit the role. Because if you've seen a picture of Nathan Drake, you know Tom Holland is not Nathan
I'm
Drake.
hoping that once they make it a franchise, in later films he does like bulk up and becomes Nathan Drake.
I don't know.
Because right now he's kind of like
Yeah.
scrawny,
Mm-hmm.
which is good for Spider-Man,
right?
but it's not good for like a adventurer kind of person.
I agree. I think my problem with Tom Holland is that right now I only know him for Spider-Man, really.
Yeah.
And so it just seems like he's being Tom Holland as Spider-Man in a different role. Like it's the same like American accent, like quick
Yeah.
snappy quips.
I didn't think he made it different enough from Spider-Man to
Mm-hmm.
make it distinct.
It still felt more like Tom Holland playing a character
Yeah.
than Nathan Drake,
I will say,
as I know him.
at the end,
Mhm.
in the final big set piece I guess it was in the trailers, so it's not too spoilery.
You,
with these flying pirate
yeah,
ships.
you can make two guesses about what the
He-
end is.
He kind of dons the classic Nathan
Yeah.
Drake outfit, and they put in the Uncharted music.
Mhm.
He's like shooting people, and I thought that's Nathan Drake. Like
Mhm.
they do it, but at the very end, which I wish they had done sooner.
I agree.
But it was nice to just have that moment to be like, oh my god, like
It's like they do know
It's
like kind of what they're
Uncharted,
talking
yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Uncharted. How did box office do?
box office, yes. So it was being projected to do maybe $30 million.
Okay, what's the budget?
The budget, I think it was 150. So that wouldn't be that good. Here, I'll look up the budget real fast.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
over the weekend, it made $45 million. So it very much exceeded those expectations.
Okay. that
And
is
I
good.
think that's honestly very good
yeah,
for
considering everything.
for like a video game movie.
You know what? I cannot wait. We've had like a very bad drought these past couple weeks
Yes.
in terms of movies. I cannot wait to see what Tyler Perry's and Medea Homecoming brings to box
Yes,
office.
next week we are doing Tyler Perry's Medea Homecoming, which will do no box office because it's on Netflix.
That's correct.
It had a budget of 120 million, so less.
Okay.
yeah.
I think they'll make enough to garnish a
Yeah.
franchise.
And with like President's Day weekend, it made more around like 50 million.
Yeah.
So I think it's doing
Okay.
good. Worldwide, it's already made 139 million.
Okay.
So they've made their budget back.
They'll be fine by next week.
Yeah, I am expecting a sequel announcement very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Wahlberg said he's only signed on for one film. So I wonder if they'll recast him, if they will bring him
That'd
back.
be weird.
If like his character just won't be in the movie at all.
Imagine waiting 14 years to play a character, get booted to the older side character, and then quitting.
I know, yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite set piece in this movie? Was it the Papa John scene? There's a scene where
that was the only like kind of I exhaled at that part.
Yeah. There's a scene where they are like in Italy?
I think so.
And they're like going
Or it's
underneath the city,
Somewhere in there.
and Mark Wahlberg is following them above the city. And that is also a thing I like
Yeah.
below, above, trying to like solving these puzzles because that's
Yeah, but,
like in
like,
the game.
There
wasn't much of it.
The puzzles were like
It was very light.
1 foot deep of like water you're stepping. It was very
Yeah.
shallow. It's like if you put a key, you need another key, and then you put the keys in the keyhole, and that's like the clue.
Yeah.
Um,
There was stuff like that in Uncharted, but there was also more complex puzzles. I wish they did have more complex stuff
Yeah.
because then it would feel like they earned it more.
I agree.
Whereas in this, it was like they kind of stumbled.
I agree. In this one, it felt like the like Lost City. They keep reminding the audience that like this has been people have tried to find it. So many different like companies and organizations and museums have
Yeah.
looked and like trying to find it.
And it's just off the coast of
It's
this
like
tourist area.
there's no way somebody like
Yeah.
has just been fishing and they just like
I guess light spoilers, but it's in this giant cave,
Yeah.
like humongous cave,
Mm-hmm.
where anyone could just walk through.
It's really
And-
like just
Yeah.
like I don't know that doesn't feel very realistic, but I'm willing to excuse that.
But anyway, they're
Papa
above
John's.
and below the city, and Mark Wahlberg's walking, and whoa, the next clue is in a Papa John's.
Yeah.
And they have this whole fight scene in the Papa John's.
Yeah, he says, "I'm in a real Papa John's, guys," which is probably the funniest line in or one of like
Whoa,
probably a few.
better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's, sponsor us.
I wish. Imagine if we got sponsored. That'd be awesome. Unless Papa John's, maybe other Donato's. I know you like
Donato's?
NKU a lot. We're at NKU. We like pizza. I mean, I'm just connecting the dots for you here.
I think my favorite set piece was the vinyl one with the ships. Because that just
Yeah.
felt like so much fun.
Yeah.
And
I
like
agree.
crashing into each other, like him actually becoming Nathan Drake.
That was definitely like, I mean, that is just arguably the best and the
Yeah.
most like, that felt like a video game.
Yeah.
Unlike anything they didn't like parody from a game ish.
Mhm.
The whole, I don't know what you'd call it, the exhibit auction, like,
Yeah, I like
piece.
that scene too. That was in the fourth one.
okay.
Fourth game.
I thought it was okay. I thought like, I felt like it extended a little long. I
Yeah.
feel like that should have been a short beat.
I really liked the Scottish henchman.
That was a good joke too, I guess.
It was like a really nice running joke where you just it was Nathan Drake is trying to like cut off the power to this auction so they can steal this clue, and while he's doing it, he finds one of the like enemy's henchmen, and he has this really thick Scottish accent to
Yeah.
where Nathan has no idea what he's saying the
Yeah.
entire time, and he's
Like,
just like,
Pardon me?
"What? What did you say?"
It was a good bit. It's a good movie. I
Oh,
want to
really? Okay, did you turn around on this?
listen. Kind of. When I finished the movie, I gave it a 2.5 star on
Okay.
Letterboxd. I will change that to a 3 after thinking about it a little
Yeah.
bit. Maybe, I don't know. A lot of the way I've been like doing it on Letterboxd is like 3.5 is like I enjoyed watching this movie.
Mm-hmm.
4 is like this was a good movie, and then 4.5, or did I say 4.5? 3.5. 4.5 is like this is like a really really good film.
Yeah,
And then 5 is like
the best of the best.
yeah. And then going down, 3 is like yeah. I mean it wasn't bad. And then 2.5 is like I did not like this film, and then 2 is like and then 1.5 is like okay, I kind of regret watching this. 1 is like
Clifford.
no, 1 is or Clifford's like 4. 4.5. 1 is I deeply regret watching this film, and then 0.5 is Suicide Squad.
Home Sweet Home Alone.
Also that has a
Go
half
check out
star.
our review for that.
Oh my goodness, that was a
Ooh.
good one.
I would probably give this like a 6.5 out of 10.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
7. I don't know.
That's
I would watch this again.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
But like if I would put this on in the background, kind of to watch it.
Mm.
I had a really good time. Maybe not really good time, but I had a good time watching this.
Okay, I had a good time laughing at it in the bad way.
Yeah. Okay.
Worth watching if
Yeah.
you want to. I want to say like real quick, my audience or like whenever I went into the theater was full of old people.
Oh.
Like weird enough, like there was like an older audience.
Oh wow.
And my parents too have like been really excited to see this film,
Yeah.
and I'm just like I'm curious about like why.
Maybe it reminds them of like Indiana Jones.
I get that's got to be it. Like they just like a good old fashioned adventure film, and this is like kind of bringing that back. And then I'll show my parents a picture of what the characters in the game look like, and then they'll be like, "Oh."
Oh.
But they're still excited to see it. I'm sure they will actually.
So let me ask you this: what is the Rotten Tomato score for Uncharted.
I'm not. I'm scared. I'm not gonna get this one close.
There are 198 reviews.
Okay, for critics for Uncharted, I don't think it did bad. I don't think it did super good, but I think it did. I think this is one of those weird sleeper movies that they're gonna end up like 84%.
Okay.
82%.
82%.
Yes.
Okay.
Audience, probably a little more judgmental. Probably got a lot more Uncharted fans. But from the looks of it, like they did okay. At like honoring the film. Nothing will beat Sonic.
Yeah, honestly.
Sonic was a great video game film. That's how you.
Very excited
That's
for
how
the
you do
second
it.
one.
Yes. Audience score. 80.
80? Okay, so you said 82
Yeah.
for critics and 80 for audience score.
Yes.
Locking those in?
I guess so.
Okay. So, for the critics, there are 198 reviews
Mhm.
for a grand total of 40%.
Holy crap! Are you joking?
No.
Really?
Yes. The consensus is promisingly cast but misleadingly titled Uncharted mines its best-selling source material to produce a disappointing echo of superior adventure films.
Damn. That's rough.
First curse word for that's
I
a wrap.
guess.
Audience score. You
Okay.
said 80?
Uh,
It's 90.
what?
Yes. 50% more than the critics.
Are you really?
With 2,500 plus verified reviews of people who have seen the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. Owen Wilson up in here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Ka-chow. Yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah.
that. That's shocking. That is
I-
absolutely mental.
The thing is, this is from director Ruben Fleischer, who has directed Zombieland.
Oh.
He
I
has
didn't know
also,
that. That's cool.
yeah, he's also directed Venom, which is very
Okay.
similar.
Yeah.
Where the critic score was 30%,
Yeah.
and the audience score was 81%.
Yeah.
That's also 50. That's 51% difference. And this
True.
is a 50% difference for Uncharted.
That's a trend.
Yeah.
This guy's got him split. Oh my goodness.
He made one good movie with Zombieland.
That's
in it.
crazy.
Yeah.
What did the critics think of Zombieland? What was that?
Oh, that was like 89%
Okay.
for critics,
And
86%.
And the audience is like 20. No, Zombieland's great.
I mean, Zombieland 2 got a positive review. 68%.
Crazy to me.
Yeah.
40%. I mean, I didn't think the movie was that good. It gets a 3 from me, like in Letterboxd scoring, but
Well, that would still be a positive review.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wow. I don't agree with the 90% on the audience, but like still, wow.
I wonder if this, because the audience score is so high, if this is going to make a lot of money. Like, people are just going to keep coming back to see it.
I don't know. It might, honestly. Wow. Okay.
Oh, another fun fact.
Yeah.
This weekend, Tom Holland had 2 movies in the top 3 for box office.
This is Spider-Man.
Yeah, the other one's Spider-Man.
Shocker.
Which, well, last week it was in, what, like, 5th place?
What are we
So it jumped up.
Oh, they see Tom Holland. They're like, I want to see
Yeah.
my Spider-Man. What is Spider-Man grossing total right now?
Oh, it's over $1 billion. It's like 1.7 billion, I think.
I have the numbers on my Chromebook. Let's see. I'm very curious. Oh, no internet. What do you mean? There we go. Box office. I'll just do weekend chart so I can get there quickly.
It's made $1.832 billion.
They're sitting good. Tom Holland's
Yeah.
eating good.
He is.
And then you got also Benedict Cumberbatch sneaking in with another whopper of an MCU movie.
Yeah, with Doctor Strange.
We do an episode on that. That's like early May, right?
Oh yeah, we are definitely doing an episode on that.
Okay.
So
no,
No,
we don't like
maybe
the
not.
MCU anymore. We're gonna do Flash
We're
or
gonna do
whenever
DC
that
League
comes
of
out.
Super Pets.
Aren't we? Aren't we?
We might. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
Next week,
Yeah.
we are going to be reviewing, as we said before, Are we going to do this, or are we going to do Cyrano?
I don't want to. I can't. I can't afford that.
Okay, so we are going to review
Join us if you
Tyler
want.
Perry's Medea Homecoming, because that is one of the only movies coming out this weekend.
We are so incredibly like.
Yes.
If you want to release a film that you're working on, from home,
We will gladly review that instead.
we'll watch that and we will give our genuine, honest review. We'll get trivia. We'll do interviews.
Give you a free piece of trivia for next week.
Oh,
This comes only 3 years after.
I just remembered him researching.
Medea. I am never going to do Medea again.
I just remembered him researching
you
it.
are. But also next week, I will be seeing The Batman. Next
Did
Tuesday.
you get the ticket?
I did.
Oh my god.
And so I will be giving you a sneak peek
Do
review.
you want to? I have a bit that I'll run by. No, cause yeah.
Tell me off air.
I guess I will.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah, you can follow us at That's Rap
Yes.
NCR.
on Instagram, you can also follow Sony Electronics and look at the picture of 3 Spider-Men
Please
pointing at
sponsor
each
us.
other. Please sponsor us.
Come on if you want to come on the show. please
Donatos
do.
as well.
Mark Wahlberg.
Donatos.
Papa John's.
Welcome on the show.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What an episode. Do you got anything else you want to talk about?
No, that's about it.
Okay. Well, until next time.
That's a wrap.